This is a lovely apple and pear orchard called Oak Valley Estates, which is set deep in the heart of the fruit-growing region called the Elgin Valley. This is where some of this beautiful South African fruit is produced. Not only apples and pears, but also plums, peaches, table grapes and yummy nectarines. I suppose it's the amazing combination of Mediterranean climate, steep slopes, excellent soils and over 100 years of experience that has made the South African fruit industry so successful. Many of these farms have been around for some time. This one in the Witzenberg Valley above Ceres is now in its 5th generation of Du Toit family and has 360 hectares of fruit trees. Stunning, isn't it? The growers and South African government are working together to provide a future of stability and equality for all South Africans in the fruit industry, providing education, housing and farm management opportunities for workers. There are 8 varieties of apples on this farm, including Granny Smiths and Golden Delicious, as well as the newer varieties such as Royal Galas and Top Reds. This is really something. In this pack house alone, nearly 800,000 apples are checked for quality, size and colour every day. And here they are, ready to hit our supermarket shelves. It's not just apples and pears, there are a whole variety of peaches that come out of the Cape. And up north, near the Kruger Park, delicious grapefruit are grown. I'm right up in the mountains now, high above the town of Ceres. Feeling strangely at home actually, because it's a lot chillier. The first of the autumn rains are on their way, but I'm told that these are the perfect conditions for growing these beautiful nectarines. And these guys are in the process of harvesting them right now.
You have a look at the background colour of the fruit, a nice yellowish background colour, and then also the bricks, the sugar of the fruit, and that determines when you can harvest the fruit.
I'm here in the 24 Rivers Valley, deep in the Cape interior, on this farm run by Johan van Niekerk, who grows these fantastic table grapes. So, Johan, tell me, what should I be looking out for in the supermarket when I'm shopping for grapes?
Well, in the UK supermarkets at the moment, we shop only our best there. So you can find our white and red seedless varieties.
So how many varieties do you grow here?
We've got about 4 white seedless varieties going to the UK, 3 red seedless varieties. What we've got here is Thompson seedless and Crimson seedless. We also now have got a new black seedless variety called Midnight Beauty.
When the French arrived in Franschhoek, they brought with them their wonderful wine-making skills. But today we're stood here in the middle of this fantastic plum orchard. Now, Sophie, can you give me some advice?
On plum picking,
how do you pick a good plum?
Well, I mean, it's a beautiful orchard and it's quite difficult because there's 3 different coloured varieties. So you've got your yellows, your reds and your purples. So colour isn't an indication of ripeness, it's more of an indication of variety. And they have so many different flavours. I mean, I love cooking with them, snacking on them. They really are beautiful fruit. Now, the key is, though, these are Angelino, purple variety.
Lovely, they look beautiful.
The key is, well, it's quite basic, darling. It's all about giving it a good squeeze.
I'm back up here now at Oak Valley Estates in one of the pear orchards, and it's interesting, they grow so many different varieties. These are one of my favourites. They're called Forels and they're really popular because they are so sweet and they're fantastic in puddings. It's been great being here in South Africa. It's a really beautiful country and the fruit is beautiful too. I'm here in one of South Africa's most celebrated historical streets in Tulbagh, an easy drive from Cape Town. I came here to experience the home of South African fruit and have found some of the most alluring and beautiful scenery anywhere in the world. This street in Tulbagh was destroyed in an earthquake in 1969, but has now been meticulously restored. It's so quaint and charming. The town also lies in the heart of the Western Cape farming region, where you can find all that lovely, healthy fruit that reaches our homes in the middle of winter. Most people who come to the Cape concentrate on staying in and around Cape Town with its amazing views from the top of Table Mountain, or simply sitting in the waterfront, watching the harbour at work, or going down to the peninsula in search of a pristine beach and catching a few rays. And quite right too, Cape Town is marvellous. But if you're adventurous, you'll hire a car and head off into the interior, because that's where you'll find the true beauty and character of the Cape. Now this is different. This is the Cape West Coast, wild Atlantic beaches, and in the spring a carpet of tiny flowers stretching as far as the eye can see. This is the cute fishing village of Paternoster. They catch crayfish here, absolutely yummy. The lagoon near Longaban is a stunner, and there are plenty of exciting water sports. Apart from fruit, the Cape is famous for its wine, and a trip to the winelands is a must. Magnificent Cape Dutch architecture looks out over blocks of vineyards that climb up into the mountains. Sitting out on a sunny day under a big tree, tasting the Cabernets and Chardonnays is just so wonderful. Another great attraction in the Cape is the garden route. This is the Knysna Lagoon, which from the sea can be accessed through a small entrance known as the Heads. They even have a waterfront where you can sit and watch all that nautical stuff going on. Close by are the magnificent lakes at Sedgefield, as well as the Knysna Forest. Here they even have a sanctuary for orphaned elephants. The Cape has its own Route 66, although here they call it Route 62, the alternative route to Port Elizabeth. It takes you through the Robertson Wine Valley and into the Klein Karoo, or Small Karoo, a totally different experience compared to the rest of the Western Cape. There are even a number of game reserves, so why not check out these white lions at Sambona Wildlife Reserve? There are many charming, small historic towns, lots of orchards and farming, and stacks of fun things to do, including superb restaurants with the full spectrum of European and local food. It really just takes your breath away. There's so much to see and do here, so I think it's finally time to sample the local bubbles. Cheers! It's not surprising that the Rainbow Nation, South Africa, produces a wide variety of food. An example is right here in Franschhoek near Cape Town. The French Huguenots arrived in the late 17th century and set up shop, and their influence on the food and wine is still evident today. Naturally, the French brought their sabres, wine and champagne making skills with them to this beautiful valley. It is still very French, and here at Haute Cabrières restaurant high above the town, Sophie is in her element and checking out Matthew Gordon's culinary skills.
Matthew, what are you making for me today?
Well, we've got this Malay spice springbok, which is been nice and gently cooked, so it's a little bit rare in the middle.
And this is native to South Africa, isn't it?
Absolutely,
so really
springbok is, you couldn't get more South African than a springbok. So we're going to pop that around the plate like that. Got a couple of these beautiful grilled ripe peaches, yellow cling peaches. And we've got these little baby corns, which I've also grilled. And I've made a salsa from tomato, avocado and red onion, which I'm just going to dance around here like that.
It's a very delicate dish, and it's got all those kind of components of South Africa with the different levels of flavours and textures and spices.
Lots of textures and flavours and lots of different elements to it. But it's also a nice and colourful dish as well.
Today we're in Paarl, which is around 30 minutes drive from Cape Town, and we're visiting the oldest restaurant in the town called La Borie. Just look at this place. It's an absolutely stunning example of the typical Cape Dutch architecture that you find in this area. Gorgeous manor house, lovely wine estate. I think I could get used to this. Don't know where Sophie's got to though. Probably in the kitchen eating again.
Now this is a really unique dish to this area.
To South
Now,
Africa.
I always say it wrong, so don't laugh at me. It's baboti? Baboti.
You pronounce it boboti.
Okay.
Boboti.
Explain what it is, because it's kind of sweet, savoury. How do you make it?
Usually, traditionally it goes with yellow rice. That's why we do the yellow rice. Yellow rice you get from cooking your rice in turmeric.
Yeah.
Then your boboti is rather get a good mince, good quality mince. We usually go with top-side mince.
And what's it topped with?
The top, it's baked egg custard. That's usually is 1 egg to half a cup milk, half a cup cream. We throw it on there, we cook it for half an hour.
Oh,
Strawberry salad
thank you.
and Malay curry.
It smells fantastic. What have you got?
Oh, that does smell lovely. I have got a lovely salad, which I thought would be good for my diet, but there's quite a lot of cheese on there.
Well, I'm going
Yummy.
for another really kind of traditional Cape Malay curry, so it's full of these fantastic spices and sweet, savoury flavours. It's seriously good stuff.
Smells delicious.
So, where are we off to next?
I think we should find out what the locals eat at home, don't you? We've
Perfect.
experienced the restaurants.
Perfect. I'm so lucky today to be on a beautiful Denal vineyard in the Western Cape. Now, I'm having a night off from cooking, and the boys are going to do it for me. Johan is our wonderful host. What are you cooking for us here? This looks amazing.
Well, Sophie, this is farmer's sausage, or boerewors as we call it here in the Western Cape.
And these are lamb chops, right?
Yeah, this is lamb chops, saddle chops, but
What
we
do you
call
call
them
them here?
scarp choppies. It's a very traditional dish that we do on the barbecue, on the braai. This is a nice beef fillet, which we do whole on the fire. So, lovely stuff here in South Africa.
Now, it's a big, serious meat fest. Are we going to give Jasmine anything to eat tonight?
Oh, we've got us some mushroom
we've
steaks
got some.
over there.
Okay, so this is my famous charcoal nectarine salad, which of course I've missed out the Parma ham for you, but it still tastes very, very, very good.
Well, good, because I'm starving, actually. You guys have been over there
Well, I've
for
got boys
ages.
cooking for us now, so don't worry.
Although I have been enjoying the wine.
This is a beautiful Chardonnay from the De Wetsoff estate. So, cheers.
Cheers. So, if you love food, wine, great scenery and wonderful weather, there's little doubt you'll be thrilled with a visit to the Cape. I, for one, have loved it here. Cheers.